Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to City Skylines. I certainly hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you happen to be, because I'm excited to be back. And before we even get into City Skylines, I gotta say something. I have been reading the comments on part 1 of this series, and I've read some of the comments on part 2, and I'm just really grateful. Overwhelmed is definitely one word I would use as well. I'm definitely overwhelmed, but there's just so much love and positivity, and I'm just really blown away by it. If you're watching this video a couple of months from it releasing, then you might not be aware that I took some time away from YouTube without really saying anything for some mental health stuff, and yeah, it's just thank you for the kind words. And before I start ranting and rambling and getting all soppy, let's play City Skylines. So since last time, not all that much has changed. I did go in and tear out a bunch of zoning from this area because I wanted to, and because basically I kind of want to get rid of that area at some point anyway, so it felt like the right thing to do. It felt like clearing that out was probably for the best, because I do want to move all of my industry down into this area at some point. But before we do that, I want to come in here and I want to start gutting the rest of this residential area, and I want to go ahead and essentially rebuild a bunch of it. So all these pipes need to go because the layout of them is just annoying me. And on top of that, this road needs to go, this road needs to go, and all of this back here needs to go as well. This is not necessarily the best idea at the minute, because we're very, very close to our next milestone, which is 10,000 people, which will make us a small city. We're not gonna hit that right away because I'm about to get rid of all of this, but there is method to my madness. I have a thing that I want to do here. So I want all of these guys to demolish, which is exactly what they're going to end up doing once I run the simulation. But I also want to get some new roads in here. And the way I'm going to do that is pretty simple. I want to go up here, and I want to go and line up with the highway, and we're going to come straight down. So we're going to come down to, let's say there, 30 units should be more than enough. And what we're also going to do is go in here and change all of this to be, you know, the small 4-lane road. Also, I got the parallel roads mod installed. I saw a couple of people mentioning I should install it. Maybe going to use it, maybe not. We'll find out. But for the meantime, just wanted to mention I have that, and I also have Road Anarchy installed as well. Now, let's go ahead and let's run the simulation for just a second so all of that starts despawning. That is going to disconnect water from all of those guys as well. So let's just run that down there so that they do have water. But we'll let all of that despawn. And I also need to go in and redo this because Prop and Tree Anarchy is on as well. But again, we'll sort of go from here. We'll go 40. Well, we'll go 30. We'll stick with 30. So we'll go 30 units that way. And what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to go 20, and ooh, those don't line up exactly the way I'd like them to. Can I fix that by chance if I was to go from there to there? Why is the zoning on this being weird? That's not good. Interesting. So you go, oh, it's not an exact distance. Right, turn off guidelines, go 20, get rid of you. And let's do this right. Okay, let's do this right. Go 20, connect you. So that's not correct. So now what I want to do is go 10 and 10. And then on this side, we'll do the same thing. And basically, we're sort of going to repeat this idea, this big curvy thing. But we're going to repeat it on this side because I can. So let's do 10 by 10. Let's do 20 by 20. I'm not sure this is going to line up exactly the way I wanted it to, but we'll find out. 30 by 30, and then 41 by, well, that's 51 out there. So if we were to go 41 by 41, What is that going to look like? It's not going to be the exact same curve, but 41 by 41 would give us that. Which actually has me tempted to try and get the whole thing to line up that way instead. So let's actually try that. Let's try and get it to run parallel to the highway, because I have another idea, which I think might work. I think there's a big think in there, but we'll find out. So 40, and then here is going to be, let's do this one at 30, and then we do need one more, which can be 20. So there, out to there, 20, that's fine. These should all then be 17 by 17. This one should be 25 by 25. And this one is going to be weird because there's already a road there. So let's get rid of you real quick and do this properly. This one is 33 by 33. And then this one was 41 by 41. So something like that. It's not an exact replica of what's going on the other side, but it does give us, you know, a similar shape, and it does give us this like middle bit here to play with. And honestly, what I'm thinking of this middle bit is that I'm going to change it into, I'd say a roundabout is generous because it's a big square, but I'm thinking this could be interesting is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it could be interesting. And then our midpoint is there. So that's our midpoint. We're going to want to go and do some kind of curve. What are we looking at here? So 11 by 9. Okay. 11 by 9. How can I get a nice curve on this? If I go, I guess, 5 and 5, we can do a little curve like that. That sort of works. It's not great, actually. So what do I need to do here? I think I need to go 7 here, actually, don't I? That is still the middle, right? Yeah. So if I go 7 here, that should be, yeah, 4 by 4. That's what I wanted. Now that's probably not going to work amazingly. That kind of thing there. That's probably going to be a little bit messy, but I'll give it a shot. And I'm also going to be a bit lazy over here. This, I'm not proud of what I'm about to do. All right. I'm not proud of what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this because I have a feeling. All right. I have a feeling. All right. Just stop. I know you're furious. I know that, you know, it's a bit messy. All right. I do know, but I have a feeling that this will work. I'm also thinking we're going to want to say give way, give way, give way. You guys are all going to give way. So basically traffic on that avenue gets priority. Then over here, you guys need to give way to traffic getting off that road. Or maybe, no, you guys give way, I think. We'll figure it out. You guys are going to give way to all that traffic. And we'll hope that this works. We'll hope that this works. I'm hopeful. We'll figure it out is what we'll do. Can also disconnect that power line because I don't think we need it. Now that right there is a way in and out of the city, which is good. Actually, I forgot one thing. I forgot one really important thing for this. No U-turns. There will be no U-turning. You are not none of these people should be coming out here to U-turn and go back into the city. So you are going that way. You are going there. You are going there. You're going straight on. You're turning. And you're going there. And I guess you're going that way. So that should be fine. They all get in lane kind of early on as well, so that they don't, you know, back up too far. And we'll see what happens there. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna need to put pipes in as well, but I have a feeling about this. I just feel like this might work. Okay, it's just a theory. All right, it's just a Cities Skylines theory that might or might not work out. I'm hoping for good things, because if it doesn't work out, then I'm never gonna hear the end of it. It's gonna be one of those things. It's like, hey, remember that time you thought that thing would work? Yeah, well, it didn't. So that's, you know, that's my worry. Anyway, I'm going to run pipes on each of these roads, even though I don't really need to do it. I just figure, you know, why not, basically. Might as well just see if we can get some pretty neat piping going on here. So we'll go there. We'll go there. We'll go from there. And this is actually... okay. It's curving kind of nicely. We're getting some nodes in there, but that's fine. We'll just connect all that together. That just covers that entire area with water. And what I'm also thinking I'm going to do is clear out these guys, clear out you. And I want to bring, if I can, I don't think I can actually. Let me move you. Why are you free-forming? Why are you? Oh no. So this is another mod that I have at the minute that lets me place anything in the same way that I would place a park asset for on like a path. Interesting. That's so it's in here somewhere. It's one of these. Is it even? It might not even have options. Yeah, I have a mod that lets me do that. So that's great that it's not giving me precise snapping. We'll not worry too much about it. What I want to do, the point of all that is that I want to put a road that goes into, let's say there. Actually, it just goes right in like that because we don't want to connect it down there. Bulldoze you and get that gap gone. So something like that. I think I'm going to put trees on it because it'll look nice. And basically in that space, we are going to do high density commercial. We're then going to turn it into a district, and that's going to be some more organic and local produce. Because remember, this is a scenario and there's actually a goal to it. So that needs to be in there. So we'll let that build up. We'll let that do its thing. While it's doing its thing, let's remind ourselves of our goals because we're 12 minutes into this video and I've barely looked at these. Yeah, 15,000 squares of organic and local produce specialization is going to be needed. Average citizen happiness of 85 or higher. That's going to take some time, but we'll get there. I am confident that we'll get there. I'm also thinking that we do have demand for some zoning. So let's go ahead and start filling out that chunk right there. So fill up all of that and hopefully get some good things going on. I do need to come down and I do need to deal with this traffic problem, by the way. I know that's ongoing. Like the traffic's just not good right now. That's kind of the problem. And there's a few reasons for that. It's because a lot of it's filtering in weird ways and we kind of have main roads in weird places. I will get around to fixing it. It's just going to take a little bit, basically. That's just kind of the reality of it. It's just going to take some time. But I guess what we could do is, for the meantime, upgrade that road and see what happens. You know, give it a few more lanes. I mean, that one doesn't really need a few more lanes, so we'll just downgrade you again. But we'll see what a couple more lanes happen to do. It might help the traffic filter a little. You never know. It might just improve things. I'm slightly tempted to upgrade this road as well, but for some reason it won't. Oh, it's the same type of road. That's tempting. It's very tempting. We could go asymmetrical on it, actually. So, I mean, we could do that. That is an option. I'm not really sure we need to, though. You know what? We'll not bother. Let's just leave it as it is, and let's just see what happens. Because, I mean, we're just going to have a lot of traffic coming into the city regardless of what happens here. Because all of these buildings need people to live in them. All of them need people to live in them, so all of those people need to come into the city at some point. It's gonna be something, is what it's gonna be. Also thinking I want to go to 2-lane highway, and I want to just change these, just because of preference. I love having that dedicated turning lane. I do love that, so we'll do that. I'm also thinking right here, I want to do a little bit of work, just to stop you guys from overlapping. So you can kind of get into, like, you stay in lane for a little bit. You can merge there. It'll hopefully just help traffic not back up onto the highway too much. You guys are merging there. That's fine. So yeah, okay, that didn't really do what I wanted it to do, but you get the idea. All right. You got the idea. A lot of this, I'm assuming, is new people coming into town. It looks like a frightening amount of industrial traffic, but we're going to just lie to ourselves and say that it is, in fact, new people coming into town. Oh wow, there's just a lot backing up. There's a lot going on. I'm sure it's fine. For the meantime, let's just go ahead and start filling up more of this space. So we'll fill up this block in here and see how that goes. It is looking like traffic is having a pretty hard time. Can I be so bold as to say you guys can both enter the intersection regardless? I'm also looking at it and thinking that part of the problem might be the traffic having to stop for people crossing the road. That's definitely... I can definitely see that being an issue. Let's just let you guys... Let me just let you guys enter the intersections and see what happens. I imagine nothing... I imagine nothing bad going on here, letting them just randomly enter intersections. That will never end badly at all for the rest of traffic. But we'll see how it plays out, I guess. We'll see how that goes. It's already looking really bad. It's already looking pretty tragic around here, to be totally honest, but we'll figure it out. It might just be, you know, the massive influx of new people that's causing this problem. It's probably not. It's probably not that, but we'll just continue to lie to ourselves and hope that it is. Let me also just fill up all of this space, because I think we have the demand for it. We're actually climbing towards 10,000 people as well. Let me just pause before we get there and fill up this bit. All right, so 10,000 people, there it is. Beautiful. We've got trains. I'm not going to use them. I'm probably not going to use any of this. But what I do want to use, actually, is buses. I'm thinking it's time we get some buses in here. I think public transport is going to be really important for what I want to do with beach trees. So let me get a bus station or whatever. Yeah, bus station. Yeah, that's the name. Gonna fire it right there. And that's relatively central. And what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to get buses. I'm thinking I want to get buses that go to specific locations and come back. So let's do that. I don't know how good that's going to be for, well, anything really. But I want to do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to start with a bus that goes out to this neighborhood. So it starts there. It comes down to about there. And it's going to have to loop around in a weird way, which is probably fine. We'll bring it out to there, to there. And then I just want to bring it to the bus station, I think. That's awful. What is this? What is that? What is that pathing? Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me do that again. Let me replace you, because you are not in a good place. How are we gonna do this? What is gonna be the best way to do this? I could use a little road. I could use a plain street. I don't think I want to do either of those things. I don't think I want to do either of those things. The plain street is slightly tempting, actually. I take that back. I mean, plain street, then bus there, or even there. Kind of weird looking, but I might do that. I think we'll just use, I honestly think we'll just use a regular road, to tell you the truth. We'll put like trees on it or something, or grass on it or whatever. We'll just do that kind of thing. And then maybe just use a cheeky little bit of move it to level the whole thing so it doesn't look weird. So level it to that height. Yeah, that looks okay. I think that's fine. Probably should be a one-way road, but we'll not worry too much about it. Let me head back out and let me do bus, and then it comes in and it goes the whole way along. I want to say the whole way along. And then does it go back out? I don't know if it does. I think we'll do it so all of our lines try to go through the bus station. Maybe that would be the way to do it. Then do I want it to come back? Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. It's slightly tempting to just do that, to be honest, where it just like goes back out. So you get on that line, it goes to the middle, then it comes back out. I think what we'll also do is just put a stop there so the lines are a bit less weird. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. It might work. It might not. It probably won't. But I'm going to try it regardless. We're going to have a bit of fun here. Then this one... I mean, this one's probably not as necessary, but we'll do it anyway. So this one's going to come out to here and here. Then it's going to go into there, and it's going to go back out to there, right? And I also want to extend this line because it actually needs to go... Oh, why would you do that? Oh, why would you do that? That's interesting. That's not quite what I'm after. Can I put you up there? Oh my God. Why? What? Oh, that actually does make sense. Okay, sure. That's fine. I can agree to whatever that mess is. So that's going to be 2 lines that can get you from the suburb to the center of town. And then let's do a line that can get you out to the industry. Because that doesn't seem like a terrible idea either. So this one's going to be a little bit more like a loop than sort of these ones that just like go to specific places. But it can sort of get you to the industry there and there. And then it's going to come in and it's going to go back this way. Oh, this seems terrible. This seems like a terrible idea. Why are you doing that? Go from that side. Down to there. To that spot. Into there. And out to there. Right. So that's going to be a line out to the industry. Let's have a look and see what this does. Because I can't possibly see any way in which this would be terrible. If it's not obvious, it's been a while since I've done bus lines in City Skylines. I'm slightly might be generous. I'm out of practice is what I am. Okay? That's what I am. Let me also go and manage my bus lines because I'm noticing some weird vehicles. I really only want biofuel buses. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of only want biofuel buses. So biofuel, please. Let's I don't know. Can I remove some vehicles from the line? Then add maybe, I don't know, a few. I don't know how many we have. You know what? We'll do 10. There we go. We'll do 10. Let me go to the next line because they all are a bit weird. So you are supposed to be using biofuel. And then I need to go ahead and get you back up to like 10. So let's say 10 biofuel buses on that line. Then line 3, similar story. Select types, biofuel. It's aiming for 11. I'm going to say 10 because apparently I know better than the budget control. Actually, just turn budget control back on. It'll do. Why did I? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. There we go. Just do that. And it's already got its type selected, so that's fine. Budget control. There you go. So we'll do that. We'll see how that goes. It does look like we have crowds gathering. There's a crowd there. There's a crowd there. And then over this way, at the station, there's crowds gathering. So that's good. We've got that going for us. We're also going to want to... Where are the bus stops here? So bus stops are up here. So if I was to go and say, give me a path there and there. And then we'll do one a little bit further down there. So like that. We can then go in. We can do some crossings so that these guys can actually, you know, nicely cross the road and get to the buses and all that stuff. So that'll be good. I think that'll be really good. We have got buses done here as well. So similar story. I want paths going between all of these. And then I want to do crossings as well so that people can, you know, easily cross the road, which apparently I can't do without them being like there. So that's what we're doing, I guess. Just doing some I can do one there. I'll do it there just so it lines up. So there we go. People can cross those roads. Traffic is backing up into this area like crazy, but I'm just not going to stress too much about it. I think it'll be okay. I think we can also go ahead and just fill up all of that. So that zoning, you know, works out, I guess. And that will just boost the population another little bit. Good lord. Maybe doing a Maybe doing some kind of weird roundabout wasn't such a good idea. But I've committed to it, so it's staying is what it's doing. I've committed at this point. How are we looking? A lot of people. That's a lot of people. That's so many people. Good Lord. There's like people, where are you going? Oh, you're going to work. Nice. Okay. What are you doing? You work at the box factory? All right. Okay. That's kind of cool. I like that a lot. There's so many people. That really makes me really happy. I love seeing that kind of thing work. I imagine the buses are probably stuck in traffic somewhere, to be fair, but that's all right. I mean, how many people are on board? You got none. You got none. All right. I'm assuming those guys are just starting to work. Yeah. There's a lot of buses just stuck in traffic right now. Oh, that one actually had passengers. You have passengers too. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what we need to do then. I think we need to look at fixing traffic down this way. I also just want to remind myself how my goals are going. Happiness could be better. Happiness could be better. I'll tell you what then. Let's go in. Let's carve out this. Maybe keep that bit, right? So carve out that. Let's throw a path along the back of this as well. So we'll kind of have, you know, double paths going on. That's fine. If anything, we could go ahead and throw a park into there and there. Why not? So that'll just cheer everybody in that area up a little bit. And we can go in. We can say make a district out of this. So up to about there, then straight across. And this is going to be specialized as well. So local produce. That way we can get a little bit more commercial going on in here. We can drive a little bit more traffic up this way and hopefully get a little bit closer to our goal, which is kind of the goal. I'm excited is what I'm saying. I'm looking forward to all of this. I'm also thinking I'm going to be cheeky and just see what happens if I was to turn traffic lights on for all of this. I really want to find out. I want to see if it just flows better with traffic lights. I mean, immediately I can see it's all considerably slower, but I want to see how it filters is what I want to see. And if it doesn't work out, I'll just change it so they can go both ways and it'll be fine. I'm curious for the time being. Anyway, that's its own problem. Let me go and remove you because I don't need it. These guys are still pretty full at the minute, which is its own problem. But what I'm thinking is I want to come down here and I want to take zoning off of this road because I'm slightly tempted to run that avenue straight through rather than have that curve going on. But then again, the curves do add character, don't they? Like I'm risking losing a lot of character from this little town here because I'm just going to turn it all into grids. So you know what? I'm going to set myself an added challenge is what I'm going to do. I'm going to regret doing this, but I'm going to set myself the added challenge that I don't want to get rid of all of these curves. I mean, this right here could be improved. You know, I mean what I'm thinking is, you know, take you out a little bit, bring, you know, this bit, let me see, bring you forward a little bit, and then do, you know, something like that, you know? So if we were to do, I don't know, 4, something like that is an improvement over what was there before, right? So that's fine. Doing that kind of change is fine. But I think I want to set myself the added rule that I can't just like completely tear out this road, like this curvy road here. Because that seems like it's, you know, it's too easy is what it is. Like this bit here, I'm happy to change because it's already pretty much going straight down. So like something like this, which interestingly, apparently I can't do. But something like, you know, that, right? Just tidying up that little bit. That I don't mind. But I don't want to get rid of every single curve. Is the point I'm making. So that little curve there, that can stay. This weird like curve back and forth and all around there, that can stay. This curve down here, honestly, looking at it, probably going to upgrade into an avenue anyway. That can go. I think that was actually, was that a through road? No, it wasn't. That was actually part of an old time policy. Not bad. Okay. That's fine. Was a little worried I'd, you know, gotten rid of a major road there, but I haven't. That bit can go because I do just want to like improve it, right? So that's more a nice little flowing curve there. But I think that's a fair rule, right? Because too many times, I mean, look at every city I ever build. I always end up saying there'll be character, there'll be this, there'll be that. And then it ends up just being a big grid. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Technically, this is a grid. It's curvy, but it's a grid. But I want to have fun down here. I don't want to gut this whole thing. I just don't. I want to make sure there's some character to it. So that's what we're going to try and do. I'm also thinking I'm going to go in and upgrade this entire stretch of road, which is, that bit needs fixed. Which is going to be fun because it means all the residential buildings are just going to, they're going to be gone, aren't they? But I think this whole stretch should be an avenue, to be honest. So this whole bit can just go. Eventually we can build out there and maybe loop those two avenues around, but that kind of makes sense to me, having that whole section be some kind of avenue. And then I think this bit here could be an avenue as well, since it links up to that avenue. So that's kind of a nice way through. It means we can actually set a lot of this as like old time policy and all that stuff. It also means I'm going to need to go in and redo a bunch of that zoning, which is probably for the best because it means we can start putting some high density in there. So let's start clearing that out. I'm going to keep the simulation running while I do this because that's something I'm working on, is not pausing the game every time I do the slightest thing. That's been a pet peeve of the live stream for a really long time. So let's see if we can maybe stop doing that. I'm not promising anything, but I'm gonna try at the very least. Let's just take all of you guys out. I think I'm getting most of it here. I think I've got everything off the roads at this point. So bulldoze you guys. That seems to be all of it. So now all we need to do is go in and say residential, offices, commercial. I'm not really sure what should go on there. I mean, we have demand for offices, so maybe it should be offices. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll commit. We'll do offices along here, which might look a bit weird, honestly, given that the zoning is so irregular. But why not? Let's get a little bit crazy sometimes in here. Let's get a little bit crazy and see what happens. So that'll be our office zoning, I guess. This bit here, I'm actually gonna rip. Ooh, that might not be a bad area for local produce, although it's right next to industry. So I'll tell you what. Let's just do some regular commercial there. Just something like that. So that'll work out. Chester Park, I'm thinking it's time to gut that and turn it into high density. So there we go. That can all be high density. You can be high density. And we'll let that build up. So that whole stretch there is getting redeveloped, which is important, I think. You also need a good connection for power. What can I do to give these guys power? What kind of park could I do down here? I really don't like that they just slide along the road. That really annoys me. Okay. I guess temporarily we'll do that, and that'll connect the sewage, which is obviously really important. But that should also, I mean, that should help traffic, right? There's traffic lights the whole way along there. I think we'll be okay though. I think I will go in and paint another district as well. So here, across the waterfront, up to here, and around like that. So that's going to be a district. There's only a couple of little ways through there. But Franklin District can go ahead and have an old time policy on it once I'm done just neatening it here. And I think we're getting towards the end of the video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back a thing that I've not done in a really long time. Mostly because the comments were turned off for a really long time. I want you guys to name districts, basically. Leave suggestions for district names in the comments in the video, and in the near future, I'm not saying it'll be the next episode, because I'm probably going to record the next episode straight after this one, but in the near future, I will go and look at the comments on this episode, on episode 3, and I will go ahead and pick a bunch of them, and we'll go around. We'll spend 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll just rename a bunch of districts after your suggestions. It can be anything, really, as long as it's not super offensive. You know, whether you want your name in there, your pet's name in there, whatever it may be, go ahead and leave your suggestions in the comments, and I'll go ahead and start naming some districts in the very near future. With that in mind, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the start of the video, I've been looking at the comments in part 1 and part 2, and it's overwhelmingly positive, and it's the best kind of overwhelming. I'm really grateful for all the kind words and the support and just everything. To be totally honest, I don't really know how to process it, but it's good. I'm really happy. So thank you so much for watching. It's been my absolute pleasure, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.